Those snow globe scenes inspired our crack staff to ask the question, what are your favorite games memories? From a viewer standpoint, it's a great look, but what about as players?
Yeah. If I would have caught you two in the snow and that type of snow,
I wouldn't have cared.
You couldn't hurt him, though.
You could have hit me, and I would have fallen down and go, is that all you got? That's like a marshmallow you're falling into.
Just remember, I got a little polar bear in me. I could have handled that weather easily.
Hey, you got a good story about that.
I do have a good story about that. Back in January of 1982, I was at the University of Maryland, and I'm cozied up in front of that fireplace, and I'm watching the Cincinnati Bengals get ready to take on the San Diego Chargers in the AFC Championship game, the Freezer Bowl. And I said to my girlfriend, I said, damn, I hope they don't draft me, meaning the Bengals.
Right.
And of course, they drafted me a couple years later. But I got to tell you, I played in a couple snow games, a couple really rainy, wet, windy days. I could deal with snow and I could deal with cold. I don't want to deal with wet and I don't want to deal with wind.
You know, I'm still trying to get over that yellow polar bear.
I do.
I wouldn't look. What part? Hey, listen. Come on, you hate the snow. I wouldn't want to play in a game. Oh, the fans love it, but I'm just telling you, the skill players, the quarterbacks, the receivers, the running backs, if you got to catch the ball, catch a punt, they hate it. Guys like him love it.
Absolutely.
Why? Because it limits the game plan. So you stand over there going, I know you're going to run it, and I'm just going to hit somebody.
Playoff game in Chicago. What was the hardest thing about it for you that in those conditions?
It was minus 40-some degrees below zero because the wind was so strong. I ran out in the field. I'm like, Ray, I am not going to put gloves on.
Look.
I'm not going to wear long sleeves.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, man.
But I didn't feel it.
Wilbur Moss.
You didn't feel it?
No, I didn't feel it.
Oh, boy, I was rooting for the Bears that day right
Richard
there.
Dent.
You told me you were a fan of me, man.
I was a fan of you, but that Chicago Bears defense that day. I was 11 years old.
Oh, yeah. Well, that bear. I ran out in the field, no sleeves, no gloves. I said, I'm going to do it. And after 30 seconds, I sprinted to the locker room. And guys were in there putting Vaseline on their bodies and putting saran wrap all over them because they thought that was going to keep warm. It actually worked the opposite.
So actually, it was, and that's funny he says that because one of the things we used to do is take all of this Vaseline and put it everywhere, right? And so we used to grab our shorts and grab heat packs and put them certain places.
Put them in there, yeah.
Absolutely, right? So you are heated everywhere. 2012, we played the Denver Broncos in Denver. And I've never been so cold in my life, right? And I walked by Peyton and I said, Peyton, you just want to give this one to me?
Did you really?
And me and him going back and forth, and I'm watching him. But in the fourth quarter, I cannot feel my fingers. My fingers are gone. So I got heat packs on both insides of my gloves. And I'm like, man, what can I figure out? How can I do this? I make one of the last tackles, JB, and I promise I get up and all three of my fingers were sitting that way.
Wow. So I'm hearing from you guys, there's nothing fun about playing in the snow.
The only thing I would say about playing in the snow, the offense knows where they're going. And I played in Denver in a snow game once, and it was great. It was an offensive fireworks between Elway and us and everything. Back and forth we were going. And one time in Buffalo, we played 35 below zero wind chill. And we missed 3 field goals that day, kick one of them, and we're going to the playoffs.
You remember that playoff game in 1985 when we played the Bears? It's what I remember so much about. Of course, we lost to that Bears defense. But Sean Landeta was the punter. He dropped the ball. The wind blew it so far, he swung and missed. Now, that's wind.
So how do you explain real quickly LaShawn McCoy maneuvering so well?
His balance. He's one of the most control running backs you ever seen play the game. His feet are always up under him. You see sometimes people step too wide, step too lateral. His feet are always up under him, and it makes him dynamic to be able to run in that.
That's exactly right. That's why I don't know if he slipped in the whole game.
JB, we were watching that game in the studio, right?
Absolutely.
And what happened the day before? It was Army-Navy, and what were they playing in?
You know what? You love watching that.
You
love doing it.
I did. I love doing that, but did it get any better than that?
That was awesome. And
that's why we love football. That's
why we look.